Hey, what's up guys? Alright, so I'm going to do a very quick TLC review at the beginning of this video since I didn't talk about it on my main channel. Alright, so I'm not going to say these matches in order. And anyway, this pay-per-view is actually decent. I didn't think it was going to be good. One, because I didn't know any of the matches. And two, it didn't look that special to me. It didn't look that good. But it was actually decent. I mean, it wasn't really horrible. It wasn't really amazing. It was just in the middle like most pay-per-views are for WWE. So now, not going in any order like I said with these matches. The Divas match, surprisingly, I did watch it. And this is a big shocker. You ready for it? It wasn't a bad match at all. It wasn't that bad. I actually watched the whole thing. Like, maybe I looked away once in a while, but I do that with, like, every match. So, plus it's a tables match. You never see that sort of action with the Divas. Plus, it had two of my favorite Divas in it, so I was gonna give it a chance and watch it anyway. And plus, it had LayCool in it, and I really wanted to see them go through a table. And they did, but it was kind of a botch, though. When, they got thrown through the table slightly, just caved in a bit. And then, I forget who it was Natalya or Beth, had to go up and jump and go through the table. But that was still epic. And when Natalya put them in a sharpshooter, pretty epic. It was her, right? Both on them at the same time. I thought that was hilarious. Thank God LayCool watched. The only thing I have to say about that, I think that the match was a bit too long. But, it wasn't that bad of a Divas match. Alright, so John Cena versus Wade Barrett. Obviously, Cena won. I don't really have much to say about this match because it was alright, though. Let me see, what else? Kane versus Edge versus Rey Mysterio versus Alberto Del Rio. Now, I wish Kane could have kept his title a little farther. But, he had a good title reign, and we all thought he was going to lose it, like, right away. Like, the month he got it. But he got this far, and Edge hasn't won the title in a while, which I really don't mind. At least Rey Mysterio didn't win it this time. And Alberto, I don't think, is ready to win any titles yet. And people would have a heart attack if those two won, because they just kind of got involved, This is Kane and Taker's This is Kane and Edge's feud, and at least it'll further the feud because Kane is fucking pissed. So next match, triple threat, Swagger, Kofi, Ziggler. I really don't mind who won this match because they're all mid-carders. Although I think I'd rather have Swagger have won it or maybe Kofi. Like I said, I didn't really mind that he won it, but maybe to see Swagger win it or someone different. So next match, obviously Ziggler retained, Cena won, Beth and Natalya won, and Edge won. And then the number one contenders match, Morrison versus Sheamus. This match was pretty good. Some of the things that Morrison did was pretty epic. Some of the jumps that he did. Morrison really deserves it, and I'm glad he won. Although this match didn't kind of make sense because Sheamus is king of the ring. So it's like, doesn't he get a shot anyway? Alright, now on to the guest host. Okay guys, so this will be the guest host part of No Turning Back. And would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Hey everybody, it's the Razman Wrestling here.
Hello, I am WWE TNA for life.
And I am McLovin155.
Okay, so today we are going to talk about the tag team division and how we would improve it. And what's going on with the tag team division. So Raz, would you like to go first?
Yeah, sure, I'll go first, Jamie. Basically the tag team division sucks. And the reason it sucks is because they don't know how to build up a good tag team anymore. And they just throw random tag teams together. Or in the case of the Hart Dynasty, tear a perfectly good tag team apart. It's like they've forgotten the art of tag team wrestling. So I guess my answer to the question would be, do a good tag team again. Make a tag team that is just two guys coming in together and they stay together for like 2 or 3 years and really build up credibility, because that's really the only way to have a good tag team division is you have real tag teams feuding with each other. The best examples I can give you are TNA tag teams. Yeah, TNA is a bit overloaded with tag teams, but they do have some legitimately good tag teams like Beer Money. So yeah, just basically go back to the old school of like Rockers and, you know, Legion of Doom and teams like that. That's what I want to see, is like go back to the old school mentality of tag team wrestling.
Brennan, do you want to go second?
Yeah. Okay,
Alright.
so we're talking about the tag team division, or lack thereof. Basically, we can't have teams like Mark Henry and Yoshi Tatsu. I don't know where they were going with that, but anyway, there's no good tag teams anymore in WWE. Just like Brad said, you know, they tore apart the Hart Dynasty, which was a perfectly well put together tag team. And I'll just give examples of, you know, like Brad said, of, you know, but we have to go to TNA to, you know, have an example of good tag teams like Ink and, you know, Motor City Machine Guns and Jen Me.
Oh yeah, how could I forget the Machine Guns? Ugh.
Yeah.
My bad.
Oh, no problem, Brad. These teams are so well put together, and like Brad said, TNA overloaded with tag teams, but they are good tag teams that could, I want to see more stuff like that in WWE, but I don't think you have to have chemistry to have a good tag team. And, like, I don't know of anybody, two people who had chemistry anymore. I don't know. So that's my thoughts on it.
They had good tag teams last year, but they all split them up. And now they're, you know, they had Legacy, they had the Hart Dynasty, they had Jericho, they had DX, and now they have tag teams that make no sense, like Santino and Kozlov. And then they had like Mark Henry and like Evan Bourne. That makes no sense. And these tag teams are just randomly thrown together. I would try to bring back some tag teams or make more tag teams and not split them up, because Hart Dynasty was like the only legit tag team that was left. And yeah, Dennis, you want to go?
Yeah, I gotta stop you there though. You said randomly thrown tag teams are bad, like nowadays. Well, nowadays, yeah, like if you see random ass tag teams like Evan Bourne and Mark Henry, you're gonna go like, oh, these guys suck. They don't have anything in common. But you know, random thrown tag teams usually sometimes work. Jericho and Big Show were a big tag team last year, and look how good they succeeded. So it's not really about being randomly thrown together, as well as John Morrison and The Miz. They were a good heel tag team for 2008. So it's not really about being random. It's just how they work well with chemistry. But nowadays, in summer of this year, they were going in a good direction with, you know, the Usos, because they match. So usually when you see a tag team that matches, like the Hardys or the Dudleys, you usually think they're going to do well, but they weren't pushed right. But yeah, tag team wrestling is an essential part, you know, what makes wrestling. And TNA does have that. They have Generation Me, the Motor City Machine Guns, and yeah, it's just they have to put their crap together and get some good tag teams in, because you know it's an important part.
Most of the tag teams now are either jobbers or are all split apart. And I really enjoyed some of the tag teams that they had, but they go and they split them up. Rise, you can go on now.
I'm sorry, Jamie. I wasn't trying to cut you off. I was just gonna say that an example of what I was trying to get at earlier, and I think everybody in the call is trying to get at earlier, of like old school tag team mentality, is it used to be if you're part of a great tag team for 2 or 3 years, then that's how they would discover who their best potential singles wrestlers are. They would break apart the tag team after 2 or 3 years, and the guy would go on being Continental Champion and then World Champion, and then the other guy would just sort of fade away. So we talk about the lack of a mid-card scene, a prominent mid-card scene in WWE. I think that problem could almost be fixed if you would recreate a relevant tag team scene again.
Well, yeah, they also broke apart Crime Time, but one of them's released and then one of them went to FCW. Some of them completely get buried, though.
Primetime wasn't going anywhere anyway. They never won the tag titles. Yeah, they were like kind of comedic relief, but still, they never really did anything special.
Hey.
Their matches, I can't really say I saw a 4-star match with Primetime in it, 4-star tag team match. So, them breaking up isn't really that big of a deal. They were in there for about 4 years and they didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, but I hate how, there's little to no tag teams left now. I wish there was more, because I like some of the tag team wrestling.
I can't even count how many, there's so many little tag teams now in WWE. There's
what, 2 or 3 that's only legit?
Santino and Vladimir Kozlov, that's one, okay, and they suck. They suck.
Yeah, and they're the number 1 contenders for the WWE tag team titles.
Oh, wait, and the tag team titles are now, they're who has it now? 2 of the Nexus people.
My God, that's just bad.
Alright, do you guys want to say anything else before I end the video?
I was just going to say that I agree with Dennis about Santino and Kozlov. I mean, what does it say about WWE when those 2 are the number 1 contenders for the tag titles?
I think they should have an NXT for tag teams, because we really seriously need some tag teams.
I agree with that. I would like to see that.
I want to say that WWE definitely needs to watch, somebody from WWE needs to watch Final Resolution, the Full Metal Mayhem match, because that's gonna show you what tag teams can do.
Write down some notes. Alright guys, thank you for being a part of No Turning Back.